How to use get line item table, row count, and get line item table, row count functions in eFlow. I will again need to define the data elements as number of rows. I want it to be numeric and number of columns again numeric, and then I will need again two calculate tools, one for number of rows and the other for number of columns. I just say number of rows and the data element number of rows as well, and I go to my functions and I find my get line item table row count, and the table will be sales to table. Yes, from task form, the name of the button is number of rows, and let's make it purple, maybe like this. And again it goes back to task form, and the same for number of columns, and background color, let's change a bit, and for number of columns, I just choose the data element as number of columns, and I use this time the function get line item table call count, and again sales to table, and it will go back to task form as well. And at the task form I want to show the number of rows and number of columns. I say OK, and I save the process. Then I activate it, and once it is active, then I can just go back to eFlow user interface and check how it looks like. Line item table process I started, and you see this is the table. This is the table, and you see the buttons, number of rows, number of columns, and you see here number of rows, number of columns, and when I click number of rows, yes, I have 10 rows and it is calculated. And I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns, and I want to list it as well. And yes, I get the number of columns. The functions work.